Hello viewers, in this session we will discuss about formation of contract. As we know, we are doing different type of the social agreement in our day-to-day life. But there is a difference between agreement and contract. For example, Mr. A promised to Mr. B for going outside for particular day. So this is the agreement. But if we talk about the contract, it means the enforcement is applied to the agreement. So if the agreement enforced by the law, it means that will become a contract. For example, Mr. A wants to sell his car to Mr. B. So in that case, the both the parties will bound with the legal enforcement. So this type of the agreement which has been enforced by the law, it means contract. But if we talk about the formation of the contract, there are the certain stages we have to follow for the forming of the any type of the contract. So before the starting the formation of the contract, I would like to explain the technical definition of the contract. In the common definition is that the contract is legally enforcement of promise or agreement. For example, you are a client and you are offering the particular type of the structure to the market. Among the contractors, one contractor is accepting that offer. So it means as a client, you are offering this type of the offer with the certain terms and condition, and after that you are doing the promise to pay for the particular work completion, and as a contractor he is promising to the client to do that work with the certain terms and conditions. So it means the both the parties are bounded by the promise or agreement by enforcement, by legal document, and contract is most circumstances an enforceable agreement involves the set of the mutual promises or to do the something the exchange of the agreed performance. Sometimes if we talk about the exchange promise between the different stakeholders, I would like to give you an example. For example, you are client and I am a contractor, and after the offering after the offering the particular type of the construction work, I am accepting that type of the work, and in that case you are giving me to promise that after the completing this project you will give me the particular flat or particular assets to me. So it means there is bounded with the reciprocal promises. I am promising to you to complete this project, and you are giving me the promise to give me the particular flat or particular bungalow or the particular assets after the completing that project. So there is reciprocal promises bounded with the different stakeholders. In general case, the client is offering the particular type of the structure. After the completing this project by the contractor, the client is giving the particular amount. So this is the one type of the promise by the client to the contract, and contractor give the promise to the client to complete that work with the terms and conditions. So this is all about the contract. Now, let us discuss about contract formation. There are the few stages we have to follow because we require the agreement, but enforced by the agreement. So that will be become the contract. So it means in order to legally bind the agreement to be formed, there are the basic steps we have to follow. So there are the four basic steps for the contract formation. First one is offer, second one is acceptance, third one is certainty and intention to create the legal relations, and the fourth one is consideration and promissory estoppel. So let us discuss one by one in detail. We will start with offer. Offer is the first stage of the contract formation, and the This we can say the first core requirement of the formation of the contract. And the first requirement of the legally binding agreement is that there is the offer. For example, you are client and you are offering to the particular structure with the terms and conditions. So this is the first stage of the contract. As a client, you are offering the particular type of the structure. So this is the first step, which is the offer. And in the one party is offerer who represent the offer. For example, you are client, it means you are offerer, and the one party is accepting the particular type of the structure because he wants to do that project willingness and he has the potential to do that work. So it means the contractor is offering and and the client is offerer. For example, you are a client, it means you are an offerer, and for example, I am a contractor, it means I am offering. So, in the contract formation, offerer present the particular offer and offeree accepting this offer by the client. And if we talk about the revocation of the contract, it means the cancel this offer by the client. See, there are the many reasons to revocations for the revocation of the contract. For example, there is a changing of the mindset of the client. There may be dispute with the different stakeholders working on the particular type of the contract. For example, there may be chances to the void contract. For example, there may be possibility of the contract will not form by the enforcement, and we can consider the offer as revoked by the client if the contractor accepting that offer. It means they are binded with the particular offer. For example, you are a client and you want to do the particular type of the structure and you are offering to the contractor for the particular type of the structure. And among the all the contractors, for example, I am a contractor accepting this type of the offer. So it means as a client, you, and as a contractor, I am, we are bounded with the particular contract. So it means the other contractors cannot accept these offers because the after they accepting this offer by me as a contractor, the other contractor will not be bounded with this type of the project. It means the offer can be revoked at any point prior to acceptance. And if we talk about the automatic revocation, it means as a client is offering the particular type of the structure. For example, client is government body and they are offering the particular type of the structure. For example, from the road and building department is offering the particular road to the contractor. But after the certain duration, this offer will be revoked by the government body after the certain duration. And second chance is if the any one contractor accepting that project, so there will be revocation will be happen. It means there will automatic revocation will be happen on that type of the offer. So automatic revocation will be happen the particular type of the offer if the any one contractor accepting this offer, and the second chance is after the certain duration, so offer will be closed. So this is about the avocation of offer. And if we want to explain the particular offer in detail, so we can explain it in two ways. In first way, an expression of willingness to contract on the specified terms. For example, you are a client and you are offering the particular type of the structure, but you want this project with the certain terms and conditions. For example, particular type of the concrete grade, particular type of the quality work. In that case, the contractor is accepting that project willingness to do with the certain terms and conditions. And in the second way, so with the intention that is to be binded once accepted. For example, after the offering this project by you and I am accepting that, it means we are binded with the particular contract. So after the offering and after the accepting by me this project as a contractor and you are a client, so in that case with the intention that is to be binded the ones accepted. So this is about the offer. Now let us discuss difference between offer and invitation to trade. For example, you are a client and you are offering the particular type of the structure and you are offering with the certain terms and conditions and to the open the market, and among the all the contractor the one contract will accept with that project with the certain terms and conditions. So this contract will be formed with the certain terms and conditions, and there is a certainty of the work, what to do, how to do, and which quality required for this type of the project, and the both parties knows the certainty of the project. In the offer the certain promises to be bounded with the written agreement. For example, you want to do M25 grade of the concrete and the contractor accepting that project with the M25 grade of the concrete. For example, as a client, you require the M25 grade of the concrete with the self-compacting concrete. And as I am contractor, I want to do that work with the M25 grade of the self-compacting concrete. So there will be promise to be bounded to do that work with this criteria. And the second thing is both the parties are knows about the clear and specified terms and conditions, what to do, how to do, which type of the quality required for this type of the project, which type of the grade of the concrete required in this type of the project, which type of the special concrete required for this type of the project. So there is the certainty in the offer, and the conduct of the word the party shows the certainty, and there is the no room for the negotiation. You are offering for the 10 lakhs rupees of the project work, and as a contractor I cannot negotiate with you that to do that work with the lower amount for the particular type of the structure. But there may be possibility bid of the all the contractors to do that work, but a particular one contractor cannot negotiate with the client. But if we talk about the initiation to treat, so before the understanding of the initiation to treat, I would like to give a particular example. For example, you want to construct the particular Swaminarayan Mandir, and in that case, you require the particular skilled labors and the particular skill design for that work. But in the Gujarat, there are the few contractors working on this type of the project, and you are not offering any offer by the contract, but you will invite to the all few contractors who do this type of the particular work. So you are negotiating with all the contractors with one by one, and you are giving this project to particular contract with the negotiation. So this is known as the initiation to trade. So there is a room for the negotiation one by one, and second things there is the invitation for the offer, and the third one is that there is a request for the information and the lack of the certainty, because there is a no certainty, there is a no particular certainty is defined for that work. But after the negotiation both parties are bounded with the particular work. So this is the invitation to trade. So there is a difference between offer and initiation to trade. In the offer, the contract is formed with the particular terms and condition, and invitation to trade is done by the negotiation. Offers is formed to the open market, but initiation to trade with the particular contractors who do this type of the work. So there is a difference between offer and invitation to trade. So this is all about the offer. Now let us discuss about The acceptance. Acceptance. Acceptance is the second requirement for the formation of the any type of the contract, and the acceptance is the accepting offer of the contract. You are, as a client, you are offering the particular type of the structure with a certain terms and condition. And for example, I am a contractor accepting this offer with certain terms and condition, the particular amount of the work. So it means this is the acceptance. First stage is offer, second stage is accepting, and the contract is deemed to the acceptance when the offer has made unequivocal communication to their intent to the contract. Before the accepting of the any type of the offer, the both parties knows about what to do, how to do, which type of the qualities required for this project. So both parties should be made the particular certainty, or we can say the unequivocal communication, so that the both parties knows the which type of the quality, which type of the construction work, which type of the special task required for this project. So there should be certainty of the project, certainty of the terms and conditions. Both the parties knows about the terms and conditions. Offer knows the which type of the offers they offered to the market, and after the accepting by the any type of the contractor, contractor should know about the which type of the terms and conditions he has to follow. Now, let us discuss about certainty and intention to create the legal relation. This is the third step of the contract formation. The certainty is the context referred with the whether the terms of contract are sufficiently certain to bind the parties. You can see on this slide, if the lack of the certainty can normally categorize be belong in two areas. First one is vagueness and the second one is incomplete agreements. What about vagueness? It means not clearly mention the certain terms and conditions for that work. You meant, for example, as a client, the client mentions about the M25 grade of the concrete requires a particular type of the contract. For example, as a client, you mention the concrete work for the certain area, but in the contract, there is not mentioned which type of the grade of the concrete is required for that particular area. For example, M20 grade of the concrete, M25 grade of the concrete, M30 grade of the concrete. It means the vagueness of the contract, no certain specification of the contract. And in the second case, incomplete agreements, because if the contract mentions the M25 grade of the concrete, but there is no mention about the which type of the concrete, ordinary concrete, special type of the concrete, self-compacting type of the concrete, or any other type of the concrete. So if the mention about the type of the concrete, but there is not mention to complete information about the work, it means there may be chances of the lack of the certainty. So we should care about the both area to prevent the lack of the certainty. First one is vagueness and the second one is incomplete agreements of the contract. And without the certainty, they may not be formed legally enforced of the any type of the contract. And there may be chances the dispute between the stakeholders, between the client and contractor, because there is not mention about the how to do, what to do, which type of the concrete is required. There is a not mention about the grade of the concrete. So there should be clearly mentions about the all the certainties. So this is all about the certainty and intention to create the legal relations. Now let us discuss about consideration. Consideration is essential in the contract formation and this is the final stage of the formation of the contract. Without the consideration, contract will not be formed legally binding because in the contract mentions particular terms and conditions, and as a client you are offering this project, and for example I am a contractor, I am accepting this project, but I have to do this project with the certain terms and the condition that should be considered by me because contract is already mentioned, because in the contract it is already mentioned about all the certainties and all the details of the work, and as I'm contractor I'm accepting that work with terms and condition. It means I have considered with these terms and conditions. So this is the consideration. And if we talk about the types of the consideration, we can say the executory consideration, and the second one is the executed consideration. What about the executory consideration? Found in the bilateral contracts. It means both parties, not about the one parties, both parties, client and contractor. And this form of the consideration occurs when the promises are exchanged by the parties yet to be executed. And the second one is executed consideration. The found in unilateral contracts when the party that is required to perform under the contract does so, the consideration is considered executed. If the one party already executed that work, it means, for example, I am contractor, I have already completed this work, it means the other parties should be considered this one, and the further process is done by the other parties. So it means the executed consideration, the consideration is considered as the executed already. So these are the types of consideration. And last one is promissory estoppel, that prevents the person them from going back a promise. As we know, contract is formed with the promise, or we can say the agreement by the enforcer. But after the forming of the contract, the any stakeholder cannot going back on promises. For example, you are offering of the project to me, and as I am contractor, after the accepting that project and after the certain duration, I am going back. I don't want to continue that work. It means I am going back with my promising. So, any contract, any stakeholder working with the construction field cannot go back with their promise. It means there should be promissory estoppel. After the passing of all the stages, there may be possibility of the formation of the contract with the offering, then accepting, then certainty, and then consideration and promissory estoppel. So these are the steps for the contract formation. So after this session, you may clear about the contract formation. Thank you.